Today in Advanced MATLAB, we're going to go through a debugging session that I did earlier where I had some code that had been in production for a long time and then started throwing errors where it never really had before. And I couldn't figure out why this was happening. I ran through with the normal test conditions and everything worked fine, but then in one particular condition I would get this error. And it's complaining something about the operands to or and must be convertible to logical scalars. When I finally found this, I went and put my breakpoint on that line to take a look at what's going on. Let's run it again. And when I get here, what I like to do is run the entire thing. Yep, it does cause an error. Now that I'm in the debugger, though, it doesn't throw me out of everything entirely. And now I'm going to break this down piece by piece to figure out what's going on. If I grab is equal, I can see that's a 0, so that's good. This is good. Excellent. Is equal here, 0. But this is a matrix of zeros, and that's our problem. How did this happen? Well, if we look up here, we can see that in matrix is a matrix. If we do is nan, we're looking for any nans, and they're not there. And then finally, when we do an, any is going to come back and give us any by columns when we actually wanted any by the entire matrix. So what we need to do here is we can turn that in matrix into a column by using the colon operator. Now we've got a column. Is nan is going to give us a column, and any will give us a scalar. So if we were to run this here, now we've got a scalar there, and this is going to work. So that was the problem. Now, in an effort to understand why this occurred in the first place, I'd like to go back and look at what caused this to not be tested for earlier. I'm going to look at our test conditions that we have up here. So let's figure that out. If we put these back to their more normal conditions of usually being ones when we run this, what's going to happen is when we get to this line, we go through this logical statement, and MATLAB says, well, the first of 3 conditions is true if both are true inside the parenthesis. But once we've figured that out, there's 3 conditions all in OR statements. If any one of them is true, you don't need to calculate the others because you only need one of the OR statement to be true for the entire statement to be true. And so MATLAB was short-circuiting the logic here and never got to the is not nan in matrix because usually the other 2, one of them was true, and so we just skipped ahead, saving computational power. And so that's why this was able to sneak through the testing suite without anyone ever noticing. This just shows why comprehensive testing is very important in your code. Thank you.